Okay, it's working. My glasses are wonky. Right, I'll give it a second, see if anyone joins. This is a bit of a strange time to do a live stream. It's a bit later than I normally do it. Plus, it's a Sunday. So let's see if anyone does attend. If not, I'll just talk. Lovely. Picture is really bad. Hello, one person. Who are, oh, two people? Oh my God. It always takes about 30 seconds or 40 seconds for people to join. And someone has liked it as well. Hello, three people. And suddenly I'm all energized. What's going on? Hi, Gemma. I knew, you know what? I was just thinking about you. I was thinking it's really late in the UK. Maybe people will be late. First of all, I'm just going to clean my camera. Is that better? I don't know. Can you see me okay? Can you hear me okay? Because I've had connection problems today. If it doesn't work, I might just do another video. Yes. Hi, Harwin. Monterey. See, I remember where you're from. Jose. Hello, Jose. I love that name, Jose. Love me, baby. I love you too. Oh, curbside travel. Finally, you twat. Yes, anyone who is on this who doesn't know who curbside travel is, that is Ivan, an absolute numpty that I met a long time ago. Yes, so can people let me know, is the picture okay? Because the lighting in the room that I'm in is horrendous. Yeah, and yeah, Ivan never makes it onto a flipping live stream, but he finally has. Wonderful. So I was going to do a normal video, but I really couldn't be bothered to sit there and wait for it to render and all that malarkey. So I thought, why not just do a live stream? So I've got lots of things I want to tell you about. 6 people now. Fantastic. I think the most we got up to was about 20 odd. Jose, I love you too, possibly. Hi, David, as well. What a good name. Yeah, what was I going to say? My brain's gone. So I have to remember that I'm back in YouTube timeline right now. So you might think that I just left Cuba because of the Cuba videos, but actually I left there about 3 weeks ago. I'm now in Colombia and I'm finally caught up with videos, which is amazeballs. Yes. So firstly, has anyone seen the Cuba videos? What do you think of the Cuba videos? Yes, Cuba was immense, if anyone's wondering. By the way, I'm doing this on my phone, as always. I'm trying to bloody check the messages at the same time because it doesn't work on my laptop. Yeah, Cuba was awesome. Best place I've ever been in ages. Completely revitalized myself, except I've lost my tan now. You might notice in the last video I was ridiculously brown. Not anymore. I probably still have white bits. I won't go into that. Yes, so I left Cuba 3 weeks ago. I've been in Colombia, so I have been in Bogota for about a week. I had all sorts of problems with accommodation, Airbnbs. I won't bother talking about this now because it was ridiculous. And then I came to Medellin, which is where I am now. This is my second place that I've stayed in, Medellin. As per what I just said about accommodation. 8 people, amazing. Yeah, how is Colombia? Good question. I don't really know because I haven't really done anything yet. So as I said in one of the other videos about digital nomad sacrifices, my main focus at the moment is working and making money, basically. So I've literally just done 6 English lessons back to back. My voice is gone. So yeah, Bogota I didn't really see much of because I'm going back there. I'm flying out of Bogota in a little bit, which I'll come on to in a second. My rest of 2018 plans. Yes, Cynthia is a Patreon, everyone. If you don't know what Patreon is, then where have you been? Look in my description of all my videos if you would like to support this channel, as Cynthia does. Legendary. What was I saying again? You might have to remind me what I was talking about. Yeah, I'm flying out of Bogota. Yeah, so I'm in Medellin until the end of July, I booked somewhere until that time. I'm then probably going to go to Cali for 2 weeks and then back to Bogota. So now I'm up to date with videos. From literally tomorrow, I can start doing stuff again, which is momentous, as well as earning money and saving money. What's everyone up to today on this Sunday? Has everyone been following the World Cup? Who's coming home, whatever that means? Yeah, England in the semi-finals. Awesome. Yes. Right. What's people been saying? Havana looks so nice. The only problem with your videos is that it adds more locations to my list. Yes, it does. You have to go to Havana. It's epic. I did have a complete meltdown, as curbside travel can corroborate. That's a good word. You can tell I've been doing English lessons today. Yeah, I had a complete meltdown, but luckily I managed to sort it out. Yes. Although I recommended a friend to your channel, Teotihuacan is now on the radar. Yes, it must be on the radar. I was actually thinking about my favourite videos from my point of view this year. Teotihuacan is up the top in terms of that. And I want to come on to that in a little bit, actually. That's one of the things. I actually have my laptop next to me with a list of things I want to talk about. Preparation. Well, that's not in my vocabulary normally. Okay, what's Harmon saying? How's Monterey today? I'll come on to Monterey, oh my God, in a little bit. I'm not drunk, by the way. I'm perfectly sober. Yes, love Texas. I used to study there. Awesome. Yeah, love Texas. Apart from Abilene. What's it, Adeline? I never remember. Cynthia, help me out. I think it's Abilene. That's the place. I think there was the dead body outside the hotel. Awesome. Easy Cambranis. Or do you say Z? EZ. Oh, hang on a minute. You are, what's your name? You commented on lots of videos. It's not Eduardo. It's another name beginning with E. Sorry, I forgot your name. But thank you for your comments. They're very nice. I really enjoyed your videos from Cuba. Such an amazing place. Yes. Wonderful. Why is the picture so bad? And I basically have my phone in my tripod thing on top of an upside down drawer. There we go. On a chair, because if I do it on that desk over there, the lighting is even worse. The perils of YouTube. Okay, yes, Abilene. What a hellhole. I'm sure, I'm sure Texas is lovely other than that. Yeah, all Latin American teams are out of the World Cup. Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, Mexico. Yeah, so I talked about Cuba. Like I said, absolutely recommend everyone to go there. I only went to Havana, obviously, but it gives you a good indication of what the rest of the country's like, I suppose. Lots of poverty. Despite that, people are happy, seemingly, and welcoming and friendly and everything. They make the most of what they have got. And it really, I guess it brought it home to me a lot about the fact that we take a lot for granted in life. And there's a lot of people in the world who probably won't even leave their home country. I actually spoke to a guy who said he would never leave Cuba because it's just not possible in terms of money, things like that. So it's a definite eye-opener. Yeah, so Harwin, who are you supporting now that everyone is out of the World Cup? Poor old Mexico. So I was in a shopping mall on Tuesday when England were playing Colombia just down the road from where I'm staying, and I was literally the only English person there. If you saw my Instagram, you would have seen that carnage. Luckily, I left before England won. Otherwise, I probably would be dead right now. But it was an experience, definitely. Secretly rooting for Belgium. Grr, you need to root for England. Even though I was supporting Colombia on Tuesday. But never mind. Yeah, so the things on my list, why Colombia? So lots of people have asked me, why have I come to Colombia? Why didn't I just go back to Mexico? There's a couple of reasons. So you may not know that I was in South America for 6 weeks, 9 years ago, 2009. And I went to Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador. But and I'm going to cover this in a video, I think, probably, that I was a bit ignorant or naive, I think, in that I did think that Colombia was all, murders and kidnapping and drugs. But it's not. That's, again, it's a first impressions thing. Yes, so I'm going to do a video about that. Yes. And what was I saying? Colombia, and yeah, and I didn't have time to go to Colombia back then because I only had 6 weeks off work. So I literally had a week in each country. And what was I going to say? Colombia. So yeah, because I was in this part of the world, I thought, why not come to Colombia? Accommodation is a bit cheaper than Mexico City, especially in Medellin and Cali. It's a bit more expensive in Bogota. Yeah. So that's why I'm here. So my as I said in that other video, my main aim for the next couple of months is to make as much money as I possibly can. Because contrary to popular belief, I'm not swimming in gold coins. I do have to make money in order to continue traveling. But saying that, I will still be doing some bits while I'm in Medellin. For example, the Pablo Escobar tour. You could meet Pablo Escobar's brother. That's one of the things. So there will be a video about that. I have to say that I loved Bogota, and is it I can't say the second one. Cartagena, but the biggest surprise of my South American trip was Ecuador, Quito, and Baños. Yes, I've been there. Quito was the first place I went in South America, and it's a funny story. Probably not that funny, but I went to Cotopaxi volcano on the second day of my trip. Did you go there? And I didn't. Well, two things. I didn't think about letting my body adapt to the altitude, and I literally died of collapsed lungs. And also, I underestimated the strength of the sun up this volcano, despite it being cloudy as hell. And I had the worst sunburn. My face it blew up, and I had to use an aloe vera leaf all over my face. It was wonderful. So that was my Quito, Ecuador story. Tell me your Quito, Ecuador stories. Awesome. And where did I went to, Baños, Tungarahua, I think the volcano. I might be completely wrong, but I went to a volcano there before I flew to Lima, Machu Picchu, Cuzco, Puno, where I fell down a hole and almost broke my leg, but I didn't. And then I went to Bolivia. I love Bolivia. At the time, it was it's like Cuba, I guess. Culture shock, poverty. People didn't earn a lot. But it was an experience. A uni salt flats. That's another place to go in Bolivia. Yes. When are you going to get back to the coast? I've just been to the coast. I was in Isla Holbox. I don't know. Probably never. So Cali is to the south, then Bogota is to the east, then I fly. Okay, shall I get on to the rest of the 2018 plans? That sounds like a good time to do that. Well done, Ivan. But let me catch up with the messages first. Oh my god. Tokyo Drew, what's happening? All right, everyone check out, just Google Tokyo Drew or check out Tokyo Drew's YouTube channel. He's got an awesome website, and I'm on that website this month. Is it month? How long is it there for? But obviously the website is down, he's just said. So yeah, but in the meantime, check out his channel. Lots of useful information about Tokyo, Japan in general. I will be talking about Japan as well for anyone who is a viewer since then, because that was the Mexico of 2017 in terms of my channel. Yes. Okay, so your highlight will be this week. Awesome. Harwin, by the way, I'm sick. My throat is killing me. Yeah, same here. I'm dying. You can probably tell. Probably because I've been talking all day. I've got another 5 lessons tomorrow, another 6 on Tuesday. So that's all good because I'll be able to spend it on travel. Amazing Yoshi. Hi, where are you from, Amazing Yoshi? I've never seen you on one of these before. Cynthia, did the recent change in Cuban leadership affect anything? No more Castros in office. They probably have blocked US access. So I think, as far as I could tell, and what I heard, is that I guess the relationship between Cuba and the US is softening, I suppose, and I don't know if this is true, but potentially there may be trade in the future, or the situation might change now that the Castros aren't around. Yes, so who knows? But I think people's mindset is still exactly the same, because there hasn't, I think for Cuban people, there hasn't been any significant obvious change, if you know what I mean. It's still very much the same. Buildings are all falling down. Imported goods having to pay with the ridiculous CUC, Cuban convertible peso, which is the same as the US dollar if you hadn't seen the videos. So that's the thing. So I didn't realise that an average salary for a month of someone in Cuba is 20 CUC, which is 20 US dollars for the whole month. If people pay for things in CUP, the CUP, the local currency, it's doable. But when they have to buy clothing, or when they have to buy, you know, just something in a supermarket that might be imported from somewhere, that's in effectively US prices. So, you know, you can spend a quarter of your monthly salary on a bottle of Coke, which is ridiculous. Awesome. Where are you from in England? I'm going to get onto the plans in a minute. England is included in that. As hard as I would be, Japan versus Mexico. Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to come back to that because I need to think about it, Drew. So the rest of 2018 plans. So one thing I've seen lately, this always happens with travel channels. As soon as you leave a country, a million people unsubscribe because they think that I've left that country for good. So, which I've seen, and unfortunately, that's, like I said, it's a thing with travel channels. I would love it if people subscribe because of me and my gravelly, sexy voice, but they don't. They subscribe due to the location. And I had this with Japan last year, exactly the same problem. But so thank you to those of you that are still here, despite the fact that I'm not in Mexico at the moment. Okay, I think I lost 6 subscribers when I uploaded the last video from Cuba, but whatever. I'm not bothered. It's you people that matter. You're the important ones. So as I said, I mean, Colombia until the beginning of September. Medellin, Cali, Bogota. Then I already have a flight booked back to Mexico. Yes, that's what the thumbnail of this video is. I am going back to Mexico in 2 months. Just to clarify that point. I think one of my neighbours is moving around. I'll speak a bit quiet. Yeah, so I'm back in CDMX on the 5th of September. Flight's already booked. One of the main reasons I'm there is for the Formula 1 at the end of October. So if anyone wants to come to the Formula 1 with me, and we'll do a video at the end of October at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, that would be fantastic. And it will be good to meet some Mexican subscribers as well. That would be awesome. I've just seen Ivan's comment. I'll come back to that in a second. Yes. So yeah, back to Mexico City for that. But also, there's so many things that I didn't get time to do. Like, and I know what you're going to say. It begins with S, and the second word begins with F. Yes, Santa Fe. That's the first video I'm doing when I'm back in Mexico City. Okay. I'm going to Santa Fe. The last week I was there, I was going to do a video there, but I just ran out of time and I was just flipping exhausted. So that's my top #1 thing to do when I get back there. Plus, I've got friends there. Friends? What are they? People that I know. My old Airbnb host, Carrie, has already messaged me yesterday saying, oh, she's got a place for me in another place. And she's reserved it for me. So I basically got a place ready to stay in CDMX. I was thinking about staying in Condesa this time, but to be honest, the place I was in last time in not Doctores, Navarte, Roma Sur, that area, was fine. So then Mexico until the end of October, early November, and then going back to London, but not permanently. It's not going home, okay, just to clarify. There's a few reasons I'm going there. So in November, it will be 2 years since I left the UK the first time. I haven't seen my family in that whole time, so it might be actually good to do that. Since I've left, my mum's now living by herself and my sisters have all moved to other places in southwest England. So it'll be good to see them again. And my nieces and nephews, quite simply. I can do some Devon videos. Gemma, if you're still here, you should join us. We'll go down a pub and maybe get drunk or something, and watch X-Files. Yeah, but the main reason I'm in London is maybe to do some London videos again, but also I'm getting some visas when I'm in London that I can only get when I'm in London. I won't reveal those places yet because they're plans for 2019, early 2019. It's going to be cold. That's all I can say. Yes. So yeah, London until probably early December. I'll go down to my mum's in beginning of December. Then I'm going to go to Germany. You've heard me speak before about moving to Germany long term and having it as a base. That is still very much happening. Potentially Leipzig, Dresden, Nuremberg, but I want to check out these places first. So I'm going to go there before Christmas, you know, go to some Christmas markets. That'll be some good videos. And check things out in terms of long-term living, that kind of thing. So I don't just want to move somewhere and, you know what I mean. Tokyo, off to get ready for work. Okay, have fun at work. I'll send you a message about the Mexico-Japan thing, okay? Yeah, so I don't know where I'm going to be at Christmas. I might be in Germany, I might be in England, I might be somewhere else. I don't know. But I have lots of things that I want to do next year, which is why the next few months, 13 people now. If you've just joined, hello, tell me where you're from, etc. And what you're up to today on this. It's sunny here, sunny Sunday in Colombia. Yeah, so there's lots of things, places I want to go. For example, I might as well tell you. I'm going to tell you anyway. Why not? So Russia, I'm going to go to Russia, largely because I have a lot of Russian students and they've told me a lot about it. I would love to do the Trans-Siberian Railway thing from Moscow to Vladivostok. And you know what I can do when I'm in Vladivostok? I can get a flight, wait for it, to Japan. Why not? Go back to Japan for a couple of weeks. Why not? Yes, that's one thing I want to do. India is very much on the plan for the future, but to be honest, I don't know. I need to do more investigation in terms of Wi-Fi. Can I teach English when I'm in India? If you've been to India, please tell me. It's somewhere that I've always wanted to go, but it's been somewhere that I've always been quite reluctant to go to because of you hear lots of horror stories, which I did about Mexico and Colombia, and pretty much everywhere I go, I hear horror stories, then find out that they're not true. Sumatra, Indonesia is another thing for next year, and also, and this is probably, I don't know whether it's going to happen, but I would love to go to Western Africa, Togo and Benin, particularly Burkina Faso, places like that. Very expensive. Again, that's something I need to look into in terms of visas. So when I'm in London, I'm getting the visa for Russia, which can take up to 4 weeks apparently. So that's the plans. You know, what are your thoughts about the plans? Or do you just want me to stay in Mexico for the next 6 months? Because I can do, if you want. But I really need to go back to. I will go crazy if I don't go back to London and have some Scotch eggs or scampi fries again. Let's get back to the thing. So tell me what your thoughts are on those places. I would love to know your opinion. Let's go back. I almost swore then. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. So back to Tokyo Drew, even though he's gone. As hard as it would be, Japan versus Mexico. Oh, God, I don't know. I think my heart will always be in Japan. There's something that, like I said in one of the Cuba videos, it makes a difference between just liking somewhere and loving somewhere if you really have that emotion. And I have that with Japan. It makes me cry. I just did a lesson with someone in Japan, and it was amazing. It brought back so many memories just from what she was talking to me about. But Mexico, I guess, you know, I've spent a lot more time in Japan than I have in Mexico. So maybe over the next couple of months, my opinion might change. But there's something missing about Mexico for me. But probably it's the language issue. And you might say, well, I can't speak Japanese, but actually I get by a lot better in Japan than I did in Mexico. I'm a lot better at my Spanish now than I was, having been in Cuba and Colombia now, but it's still not great. Yes. And he's thinking of going to Mexico in December. Okay, awesome. I want to visit Cuba at least once. Yes, I'm actually thinking of even going back there on the way back to London, because there's cheap flights from Havana to Cologne, then I could get a cheap flight from Cologne. Actually, I'd be in Germany. I could do the German. I don't know. Travel plans are a nightmare. And I wouldn't mind going to somewhere like New York or something on the way back to London, maybe. Yes, they unsubbed you to your shite hairstyle. Yes, it is a bit shite at the moment. I shaved it off in Mexico when I had a bit of a mental breakdown. It's growing back. Hector, hello. The content and you is the important. Yes, it is. I wish everyone felt like that. The problem is, I think, especially with Mexico, when I got to Mexico, I was just doing travel videos. One thing people don't realize is that, especially Japan people that were around then, I do a lot of digital nomad diaries, talking videos like this about particular travel subjects. And when I did a video, like that, it was like, what's this video about? It's not a travel video. And I get why people would think that, because they wouldn't have seen them before. But my channel is not just about travel videos, okay? It's about working online and long-term travel, earning money while you do it, and budget. Okay, I summed that up in a video after I got a lot of abusive comments about the fact that I don't stay in hotels. And I worked it out in a video. If you haven't seen that, I'll sum it up again. For over 600 days, I think it's day 592 now, if I'd stayed in a hotel every night since the beginning at 70 British pounds a night, it would have cost me £42,000 in hotel bills alone. So it's pretty obvious why I don't stay in hotels. Plus, I would go crazy if I did. I went completely off topic. Okay. Right, let's go back. Hector, yeah, so did you just tell me where you were from? Because I've in the last couple of weeks, I've had 3 different Hectors commenting on videos, and I get so confused with who's who. Yeah, so where are you from? Mexico, I'm guessing. Harwin, I would love to see England because I have no clue of its culture or places. So I did do some video. I went back to London last year for about 3 weeks, briefly. I did about 11 videos, I think. Unfortunately, they're really crap quality because my stabilizer broke, so they're all like that. And I didn't fix it until I went to Malaysia. But yeah, there's lots of videos about how to get the tube, how to get the tube. What were the London videos I did? Oh, Japan Centre, Canary Wharf, Camden. No one watches them videos because they're crap. Also, London isn't very popular in terms of YouTube, I don't think, compared to somewhere like Mexico. And there were a lot more videos I wanted to do there about things like the East End and, you know, real London, South London, because everyone thinks London is just the Queen and Harry Potter and drinking tea. But the fact is, no one speaks like that in London. They speak like this, and they speak like our curbside travel speaks as well. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, what sort of stuff would you want to see in London, Harwin? Let me know. Cynthia, I don't get what you mean. I'm really behind with the chat, so I'm not sure. I love the Hitchhiker Guide reference. I'm lost. What does that mean? Is it about video? Or I don't really know anything about Hitchhiker Guide, so maybe I said something by accident, or maybe someone else said something about it. I don't know. Also, it's your origin home, so it will be interesting. Yeah, I am going to do one from my actual hometown, which is called Feltham. It's not Feltham, it's Feltham. You don't pronounce the T. A lot of Indians particularly say Feltham, and it makes me laugh. There's nothing in Feltham, but it's... I want to do a video there. Why not? My stabilizer will probably be robbed, or I'll be stabbed, which is likely in Feltham. Curbside travel, move to Germany and make soup. Oh, I could wear a scarf all the time. Yeah, I think I'm living with vegans at the moment. I'm saying it quietly. They, I think they disapprove of my meat eating. I won't be making soup. Have you heard of Sunderland? Yes, I've heard of Sunderland. I've never been there. The furthest north I've ever been is, I was going to say Watford, but it's not. It's Blackpool. I went to Blackpool once and Birmingham a couple of times. But Sunderland, I've never been there. You're from Veracruz in Mexico. Awesome. yeah, so when I'm back in Mexico, pretty much I'm likely just to be in Mexico City. Potentially, I might get a quick flight for a weekend to Guadalajara, maybe. Maybe even Monterrey as well. I guess I could do a couple of weekend trips. Flights are quite cheap with Interjet, Aeromexico, and what's the other one? Don't remember the other one I used. Oh, Volaris, that's it. So maybe, yes. George, I can't say that place. Guanajuato. It's quite near Mexico City, right? Um, People keep telling me to go there. Um, yeah, these places sound amazing, Cynthia, but pace yourself. Yeah, so those places I mentioned are very much, I want to get settled in Germany, hopefully. You never know, I might even go back to London, but I can't afford London. Germany isn't that much cheaper. That's bad English. 15 people, hello. People are coming now, amazing. I think the record was 24 last time. I was quite happy with that. But it's quite late in the UK. And Australia is just, it's not happening. So Germany, yeah. So Berlin, I can't live there because it's just too expensive. So Leipzig is actually one of the cheapest places for expats in Germany. So, and it's quite up and coming. It's, I would describe like somewhere like Busan in South Korea is up and coming. So Leipzig is like that. Dresden, further east. Nuremberg, further south, I believe. And also Dresden is quite close to Prague. I know some people in Prague, so that'll be good. It'll be good to do some Europe videos, you know. Which I haven't done apart from Italy and London and Moldova, if you want to include that in Europe. Oh God, I'm going to go back to Moldova because that one video I did in Moldova was one of the most controversial videos I ever did, and it seems to be very popular with the haters. Never mind. But yeah, all those other places, you know, I think I would want to go to Russia maybe for a month to spend a bit of time in Moscow, St. Petersburg, and then get the train across to on the Trans-Siberian. I'm going to have to save up for that. I've seen various prices. Has anyone done that? Has anyone heard of anyone who done it? Peter, one of my patrons, has done it. I need to email him. I haven't heard from him for a while. Unlike Cynthia, we're always talking, and Hadir. Yeah, so that would be awesome, I think. Then go to Japan, back to Germany, and then probably later in the year definitely will be in India, Indonesia, places like that. But we'll see what happens. My plans change all the time. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Cynthia, I enjoy your digital nomad diaries. Yes, so do I. They're quite therapeutic for me, actually, because it allows me to think and, you know, that sort of stuff. And actually, it's kind of opened up a different audience. So I was just looking at the videos in the last 7 days that have generated the most subscribers, and one of the ones I did about teaching English on italki is quite high at the top of the list. So I'm going to be doing some more of them. I don't know what about. If you've got any ideas, that's one thing I struggle with. I need some help with ideas to do videos on in terms of the talking ones about travel, digital nomad life, that kind of thing. If you think of, I want to do that, I want to work online in another country while traveling. What are your worries? What stops you from doing it? That might be good. Right, Ivan is going. You've got to go and see Pancake Lady. Awesome. Thanks for joining. And to everyone, check out his channel because his editing is a million times better than mine, and he has amazing equipment. And he's a bit of an idiot, a bit like me. Yes. Come on, phone. Start working. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going back. I'm going to come back to my list in a minute. Okay. Right. Harwin. Okay, here we go. I would love to see tourist places and good food to try. Okay, so yeah, I did do. So one thing I didn't want to do in London last time was show the typical things like Big Ben and Tower of London, because everyone does that. I wanted to show the places that I know as a Londoner. So I went to places like Camden. There was loads of food in that video. There was a video I did some. I can't remember where it was now. It's so long ago. There was another video with food in London, and where else did I go? I did a tour about music, like the Beatles. I went to Abbey Road, and like I said, I want to do one about the east London, because I used to work in East London, proper London, that is. If you want to see proper London, watch EastEnders soap opera. That's how people speak in London. They don't speak like that, like the Queen. The don't panic on thumbnail. Oh, is it? I didn't know that. The don't panic thing on the thumbnail is from Hitchhiker. Oh, maybe I must have seen that. It's in my subconscious or something. Yeah. And London, what else could I do? There's loads of stuff I could do in London. It's similar to Mexico City in terms of the amount of stuff to do. And Harwin studied in Houston. Okay, awesome. If you want to come to Orizaba, is really close to CDMX. And as we say in Mexico, mi casa es tu casa. Yes, we do. Oh, thank you very much. I will look that up. I need to sit down for a day and just research stuff now that all my videos are done, up to date. Yes, we're back on real time. There's no more time travel. Okay, I can't. Salvatore, unfortunately, my Spanish isn't very good. If someone can translate extranaba, I don't know what that means. Embarazada, that's pregnant. It's not that word. Okay. One day you have to visit me in New Mexico. You can crash in our place. I've been to New Mexico. Tucumcari, I think it was called, when I was storm chasing last year. If you watch, no one watches the storm chasing videos, which are one of the best ones I've ever done, I think, but they have like 100 views. Yeah, the crappy one I did in Polanco has 50,000. YouTube is stupid. Yes. Okay, Cynthia, are you talking about the Trans-Siberian? I love trains. Yeah, I want to do that. Okay, we're caught up. Awesome. Yes. So yeah, rest of 2018 plans. I've talked about them. The next thing is about taking a break. So as you know, I'm up to date with videos. The last week has been ridiculous. I think I did 5 videos in the last week, which is madness. And I want to take a bit of a break. I'm talking like a week or 2 weeks, a mini break. Okay. And there's a few reasons why I want to do this. First one being, sometimes with YouTube, when you do constant videos over and over again, you get very little time to think about like the style of the video, the editing, and I feel like it's got a bit stale. What do you think? You know, I do the same thing. I do the bit at the beginning where I talk over a couple of clips. Then I have the picture of me come up with the 5 pictures. I need to update that. Yeah, and then into the video. I do a lot more now. So if you watch the old videos a long time ago, I was crap at editing. I used to do the talking bit, then a montage, then a talking bit, then a montage. But I do a lot more shots over the top of me talking, because I think that's why people unsubscribe, because I'm not Brad Pitt. So yeah, there's less of me in videos, I think, now, which is good. Less information about or history, because I think in some of the Mexico videos, particularly Chichen Itza, I talked too much about that. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't want it to be a vlog. I don't want it to be me just walking around aimlessly with no purpose, and a video that doesn't add any value to anyone, because that's the thing I like to do. So what are your thoughts? You know, I want to yeah, take a bit of a break just to reevaluate things and think what I'm doing, and maybe change it up a bit. I don't know how, because I'm kind of limited with my editing software because it's rubbish. So yeah, that's why I want to take a bit of a break. Also, like I said about teaching, you know, I actually ran out of money in Bogota a couple of weeks ago. I had to borrow £20 off my mum just to book some accommodation, but I'm in a much better place now. And you know, by the time I leave So yeah, the people asking me where I am. Yes, I'm in Colombia. By the time I leave Colombia, I will have a few £1,000, so I'll be fine. I just want to get stable again, because I think I underestimated how much it would cost me to go across Mexico and even Cuba because of the two currency issue. I spent a lot of money in Cuba, unnecessary money as well, I think. So yeah, people just joining. Al Luas. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Yeah, I'm in Colombia. I've been in Colombia for 3 weeks. 21st of June, I think it was, when I left Cuba. So yeah, YouTube is very behind. But there's no videos that I've done since then. So the next video will be from Colombia. Yeah, so I was in Bogota for about a week. Then I was in Medellin, which is where I am now. And I'll be here until the end of July. Then I go to Cali, back to Bogota, back to Mexico at the beginning of September. Yes, Cynthia, yes, take a break, keep it fresh, your videos could get better. Oh, thank you, Cynthia, that means a lot. Oh, you know what, the thing I want to say about YouTube is that sometimes you'll do a video that will go ridiculous in terms of views, purely because YouTube is recommending it for no apparent reason. So I've had this twice. The sex shop video in Tokyo, which has got 250,000 views, and the Palanco one in Mexico City, which has got about 50,000, and that happened in a couple of weeks, which is insane. If you look at the other Mexico videos, you know, the 3,000 views roughly on the CDMX ones, and you might think that, you know, they will be my most favorite videos, but they're not. I hate those videos in a lot of ways. The ones that I am most proud of are the ones that I guess have more meaning to me, and in terms of editing them, I was more creative. So like I said, the Teotihuacan one is one of my most favorites of the year because it was slightly different in terms of the shots that I got, and the music and the structure of it was a bit different. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about, that I want to change up the structure, not do the same thing every time. And the other one, which is one of my favorites, is the old Havana one with the intro at the beginning. If you haven't seen it, it's my most that's bad English, my most favorite video. What do I say instead? I don't know. My most favorite video, I'm meant to be an English teacher, is the old Havana one, the intro, because that took a whole evening to do, and for me it was very creative, and that's why I like doing it, because it captured the oldness of Cuba, but also the modern day, and the fact that they are very different, contrast in terms of black and white and colour, but they're still very much the same. And I thought the music really worked with that. So that's the kind of thing that I like doing, the creativity side of it. And when you do videos over and over again, it's difficult to keep that creativity, you know, because you just have a set formula. And I just want to get to a point where I can actually think about these things rather than just rush job. Yes, so that's the sort of thing I want to think about. So tell me what videos, what would you want to see me doing in videos? Do you prefer the historical side of it, or is it more the funny? Sometimes when videos accidentally become a comedy, that always makes me laugh. Yes, okay, I'm going to go back to the thing. So yeah, so I'm in Colombia. Yeah, got that bit. Hector, yes, I do have a Patreon account. Cynthia, who is just above you in the chat, is a classic Patreon, long-time Patreon. The link to my Patreon account is in all of my videos descriptions. I think that's one thing that people don't do. They don't read the descriptions, but that is in there. Just yesterday, I realised that on YouTube, you can do it so that patrons' comments in videos stand out. It says that you're a Patreon, which is cool. Generally, I mean, it's difficult with a travel channel to do rewards, because I said before that I would send postcards to people, but the fact is I never see postcards anywhere. Who buys postcards? I think I saw one in Isla Holbox. That's it. That's the only postcard I've seen. But, you know, we add each other on Facebook, Instagram. We're always talking. It's like an extra little bit of communication, I guess. Because I don't speak to many people. I'm in this room a lot by myself, and it's good to speak to people that are actually interested in this channel and get something out of it, you know. So feel free to join Patreon. That would be great for you to join the team. One thing I did when I was in Mexico was that Patreon's got videos a couple of days early. I stopped doing that because I just simply had so many videos to upload, and but I'm going to start doing that again. So Patreon videos first, and also there might be Patreon only videos that I'm thinking of. So you have to join Patreon in order to watch them. Yeah, that's something that a lot of people do. But I'm thinking about other things as well. You know, for example, Hadir is in Singapore. I've always said to him, if I'm in Singapore, we'll meet up. That would be really cool. It'll be great to see people in person. Someone just sent me a super chat. It's Cynthia. Thank you, Cynthia. Buy yourself a backup cell battery. Wahaka, I think you ran out, right? Did I? Probably. So I do have a power bank, but since I got my new phone, since I got my new phone, for some reason it does work, but it's really crap. It takes ages to charge up, but actually the battery life of the phone itself is brilliant with this new phone. So I haven't had a time yet where I've been filming a video and I've run out of battery, which with my Samsung, I would run out. Say if I'm filming all day, I would run out by midday and I'd have to sit down for an hour, twiddling my thumbs, waiting for my phone to charge back up again. Yes, I film on my phone. If you didn't know, I don't film with a camera. Which, when I have some money again behind me, I am thinking about changing things, getting some more equipment, definitely getting a new laptop, because this one is awful. It's so old. It's like but it's my trusty laptop. I love this laptop. It's been with me since the beginning. Yes. Okay, let's go back again. Yeah, so I have a Patreon account. Yeah, feel free to look at that. There's a bunch of nice girls in Cuba. There are a lot of nice men as well. If you watch the video that's called "How Havana Has Changed My Life," I talk about that in the video. Yeah, so literally all the women are pregnant, and this is a joke, by the way. I'm not being serious. But it felt like every woman was pregnant. The men are very horny. That's the way I can put it. A lot of young men standing out in the street, eyeing up women as they go by. I guess without Wi-Fi, there's not much else to do. If you know what I mean. Wink, wink. This isn't going to get sexy. Okay. Al, you said how, but I don't know what you're asking that about. Yeah. What about Peru? So I've been in Peru 9 years ago in 2009. That was when I was in South America the first time. That was before YouTube, obviously. So I was in Lima, Cuzco, which I've got a really funny story about. Puno, I was going to go to Arequipa, but I simply ran out of time. I had 6 weeks away from work in the UK when I had a proper job, and I had limited time. So, do you want me to tell you my funny story about Cuzco and Machu Picchu? Let me know. Funny story, when I was a kid, I thought Colombia was in Europe. You know what really annoys me is when people spell Colombia with a U, Columbia, and I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. I know it's more like Colombia, but I say Colombia. I can't do pronunciation. It just sounds stupid if I say it in another accent. That really winds me up. I mean, education, apparently non-existent. Yes. So Al, how is Colombia better than Mexico? So I'm kind of in two minds at the moment. Because I've purely been working since I've been here, I've either been doing English lessons or editing videos. That's all I've done. I've not done anything in terms of doing things for videos, which I will be starting this week, by the way, or maybe the week after. I don't know what it is. So Bogota, it reminds me of London a lot when I got there, but there was something missing. It wasn't like Mexico City. Mexico in a positive way. It was better than Colombia, better than Bogota. Medellin, I was staying in another place which was a bit more central until I got thrown out. I was asked to leave because their sister was coming, apparently. So anyway, I moved, and even in that area, it was. It's just not as exciting, or there's not as much going on, I think, in Medellin. Maybe that will change. You know, I haven't explored a lot of the city. I've been to Poblado, the main sort of tourist area, the rich area. I kept calling it Polanco, obviously not. But yeah, we'll see how it is. I'm not sure if it's going to be a classic country in terms of Japan or Mexico. I don't think it will be. But to be honest, I'm not here for that. As I said in the Digital Nomad Dark Sacrifices video, I'm here to make money so that I can travel and bring you more videos from different places in the future. That's one of the things you can't. The realities of it. Sometimes you need to stop and review your finances again, including Tiddles. Who remembers Tiddles? Yeah. I don't have much money left at the moment. No, obviously I have more money than that. That's the change that I have at the moment. Yes, let's get back. Did I just see Matthew Tasker appear? Oh, what is going on with this? And Animals is here. This is brilliant. Everyone, all the old timers are turning up today. Yeah, Facebook as rewards and early videos. Yeah, I will start doing that again. I promise. Cynthia, there'll be videos maybe 2 days before everyone else gets them. So if you want to see videos earlier than everyone else, you join my Patreon. It costs as little as $1 a month. And actually, I've said this in videos before, and this is quite a flippant thing, but almost 6,000 subscribers now. Imagine if everyone donated $1 a month. Think of what I could do. I just remembered something that I want to talk about. Which is epic, but I'll come on to that in a second. I didn't write that on my laptop. I've just checked the things again. Yeah, Animals, hi from Prague. Just saw you online. Greetings, Animals. You still haven't told me your real name. I can't call you Animals for the rest of my life. And you might have missed earlier, Animals, that I talked about Prague earlier. So you know that I'm moving to Germany, potentially, most likely. Leipzig or Dresden, close to Prague. I could get a quick bus maybe, or flight probably, to Prague. So yeah, that would be awesome. Didn't think I'd stumble across you, mate, after finishing a late filming shift. Filming shift at work, awesome. But you're here. Yes, I see you've been doing lots of dramatic Instagram quotes. Where do you get them quotes from? I did a jokey Instagram story about it. You know, when you get the blonde girl on the beach with, you know, don't underestimate things in life or some crap like that. Where do people get these quotes from? I don't do them, by the way. Oh, crap. You might hear planes going over because I'm not near the airport, but planes seem to circle. Maybe they're coming to get me or something. Yes. Right. Harwin, poor kitty, Tiddles. Yeah, that's Tiddles. Have you not seen Tiddles before? If you don't know the story, when I was in Malaysia in December, I had my wallet stolen on a bus, pickpocketed. I blame my friend that I was with. It wasn't really a friend. I snogged him once. But yeah, so then I was without a wallet for a couple of weeks until I was in Hiroshima, where I went to a 100 yen store in Hiroshima and bought this. I love cats. It's Tiddles. And you know what? It's a good way of not getting your wallet stolen in countries or pickpocketed. We've got 20 people on here now. Because people don't think this is a wallet. I don't know what they think it is. Or maybe they just think I'm insane. Probably that one. And they don't steal it. So Tiddles remains. Tiddles has been a major character on this channel for the last 6 months now. So that's Tiddles, everyone. Matthew Tasker, nearly midnight my time and pre-bedtime YouTube notifications. Thankfully popped up with the stream. Yes, that's good. One thing I've noticed lately is that and Matthew Tasker will know what I'm talking about, my browse features and suggested videos percentages have massively dropped. My channel has died at the moment, probably because I left Mexico, but it happens. I used to go crazy about these things, but not anymore. Any chance of a quick hop over to Nice when you're in Germany? Yes, you never know. I might pop to Monaco again. I think I told you before, I've been to Nice in 2011. I did really like it, actually. It was my first time in France. I've been nowhere in France apart from Nice. Yeah, okay. I thought that was a question when you're in Germany. if there is a question, I'll be there in December, probably. Okay, yes, people go by train to Dresden all the time. Easy peasy, awesome. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in terms of where to live in Germany, because I'm looking at. I've looked at like Airbnbs, but I could just look at somewhere like a long-term rental place, like 6 months if possible. And that means I could leave my suitcase there and just take a bag for a weekend and do a trip. That is what I want to do. Short trips from a base where I can earn money. Yeah, and I'm going to come on to that in a second. I don't know who I'm doing that to. There's no one in the room with me. Antonio, you remind me of Alan Carr. It's a compliment, by the way. You know what? I used to get called that all the time at work when I worked in the UK. And actually, interesting story. A colleague of mine used to work with Alan. I used to work for Tesco, basically a large supermarket. Alan Carr used to work for Tesco when he was a teenager, and my colleague used to work at the same store as him. Useless fact of the day. And also, my auntie went to school with Petula Clark, singer. Did she do Downtown? I can't remember. Yeah, so that's my claim to fame. Also, my family have got royalty in them, Polish royalty, kind of. Yes, Antonio, where are you from? I've never seen you before on messages. I might be mistaken. Matthew Tasker, mine's a bit dead at the moment due to lack of uploads. Yeah, I've been really too busy at work. Exactly. You've got to prioritise, which is what I said to someone in an English lesson earlier. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, I can't believe this has been going for almost an hour, is something different. So, and it's called influencer marketing or working with brands. So now and again, I'll get emails from random companies saying, do you want to work with us? We have, and this is the classic, we have an emoji t-shirt that you can feature in your video and we will send it to you for free. I don't want to do an emoji t-shirt. That has nothing to do with travel. However, I do get some which are potential that I could possibly work with. But in that case, it's in terms of getting a free product and advertising it on my channel in terms of a video and Instagram posts. I have joined a couple of different sites where you can get paid for featuring products in a video, which is a great source of income, digital nomad. You know, if I could, ideally, that's what I want to do. So, but it has to be products that are relevant. So would you want to see those types of videos? Things like luggage, things like baggage. There was another guy from another live stream we've been talking about. He's got a product relating to something which is relevant, which I may be doing in the future. So it's a combination of free products and also advertising those products on here. Obviously, those videos would be few and far between, maybe like 1 a month or 2 a month. That's not going to be the sole purpose of this channel. It's just going to be another little aspect of it, just to clarify. And the thing I don't like about people that do those videos, it's very obvious that they're getting paid for it, and they don't talk and they don't say that. I'm going to be quite clear that yeah, I'm being paid for featuring this product. I've got this product for free, and probably I'll sell the product on eBay afterwards to make money out of it. So yeah, animals, backpacks. Yeah, would be a perfect one, especially when I'm in Germany because I can use a backpack that I've got for a trip. I've had another one contact me about shoes, like outdoor hiking shoes sort of thing. I don't really do much hiking, but I can still do it. The one that I've got coming definitely next month it's a bit of a jokey one. It's for old timer subscribers. It's basically a Japanese subscription box based in Tokyo, like a ramen box thing, and you'll get a discount if you like Japanese food. And there are a lot of people that subscribe because of the Japan videos. So it's kind of like a trial tester thing, and potentially, you know, what I want to do is contact Mexican companies in relation to that, so that hopefully I can work with some Mexican companies and you can get some discounts on Mexican food, like a discount code sort of thing. But you know, the ultimate thing I would love to do would be able to do like sponsored trips as well, where you know, I can, where, you know, a lot of people say, oh, why don't I do a tour? Why don't I do an expensive trip? Well, it'd be great if there's a tour company that could get in contact and say, come and do this trip. That would be great. I think my channel would have to be a lot bigger for that to happen, but ultimately that is the aim in the future. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't want it to be like, I'm going on this trip, it's paid for. I'm going on the next one, it's paid for. It still needs to be authentic in terms of budget travel by myself, which is what this channel is fundamentally about. As I keep saying, I really need a cigarette. I can't have one in here though. I can't even smoke outside. I have to walk to the park. Yeah, so that's that. For anyone that new that's joined, what are you up to today? We're still continuing. Why not? I should have got a bottle of wine. I have Vaseline. I have a tub of Nutella over there. Oh, it's Colombian Nutella, Nutsart, whatever that means. Okay, let's have a look. David Dietrich. Hello, David. Another good name. Where are you from? That surname sounds German. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Ja, natürlich. Genau. Yes, I've been practicing my German. Okay, Antonio, I'm from California of Mexican descent. I'm a recent subscriber. I love your channel and your personality. Oh, thank you very much. That's very nice. You put a smile on my face. Yeah, Antonio, if you didn't see before, I am coming back to Mexico, which is on the clickbait thumbnail. Yes, I could do clickbait too. I'll be back in Mexico City on the 5th of September. Matthew, were you talking about coming to Mexico City? If you're going to be there in September, I'll be there. We can go to the Formula One together. Awesome. Yes, definitely go for stuff that you feel is brand relevant. I can't even speak. Relevant. I hope none of my English students are watching this. Yeah, it's got to be brand relevant, because I think you see a lot of YouTubers doing videos of things. You know, a travel channel doing try out this makeup. What's that got to do with travel? You know, things like male grooming products, definitely, like to make it easier to look after yourself as a man while traveling, because 75% of the audience on this channel is male. So that is one thing potentially coming as well in the future. Yeah, stabilizers. So yeah, stabilizers, camera equipment, loads of things like that. Bidons, I don't know what that word is. Water bottles like Camelbacks, yeah, that sort of stuff. So I do need to sit down and just have a day where there's a website I use, there's 3 of them actually, where you can actually apply to brands, and they'll tell you there and then how much they'll pay you for it, and whether or if it's just that you'll get a free product. And the thing is with that, you have to be patient. You have to be, you know, you're not going to get yeses from every single one. And I've had no's. For example, someone mentioned it in a comment yesterday actually about the MyHeritage DNA test. I thought that would be great to do. You know, they can send me the DNA test and I can do that, and you can find out where I'm from. I can find out where I'm from. But they said no. Point blank. Also, Filmora, the editing software I use, I've applied with them to do like an editing tutorial thing. Again, heard nothing. They were too busy at VidCon, I think, to bother replying. Yes. Okay, I don't know what that word is that you just said, beginning with S, Matthew Tasker. I like to review recommendation videos. Wonderful. Have I done any of them? I haven't done any in a while. Animals. Do you write your own Spanish commentary on your Mexico videos? Also Cuba videos, and going to be Colombia too. The answer is no. So basically, a lot of people, it surprised me how people don't know this. YouTubers, I mean. So once you upload a video, sometimes it comes up straight away, but sometimes I had to wait up to a day sometimes for the English automatic translation to come up. I then have to go through the whole thing and correct it, because obviously it's not accurate, especially if in Mexico, when I was saying words like Teotihuacan and Chichen Itza and Uxmal, it would come up as something like parrot washing machine or something. So I would have to correct everything. Once I've corrected everything, I can save that as the proper English version. I can then automatically translate everything into however many languages I want. And one of the reasons I'm doing that is because a lot of my English students watch my channel, particularly Russian. So you'll see a lot of videos now have Russian translation. It might not be accurate, but it probably isn't accurate. But who cares? It's roughly right. Yes. Okay. Sadly, in January. So you're in CDMX in January, Matthew. Okay. Okay. Never mind. I'll come and see you in Nice. Oh, okay. I'll just see the next message. As in, I was going to go to CDMX, but BA was charging. Is that correct English? But BA were charging 100 quid extra in fees, so I opted for a third. So why fly with BA? They're too expensive. I was looking yesterday, a flight from New York to London with some budget airline beginning with P. You'll probably know what it means. It's yellow, not Spirit. They're the worst airline in the world. Yeah. But coming back to London, I might go via Havana with Eurowings to Cologne. I don't know, months away. Ivan is back. Hi, Talkie. I did actually ask them a long time ago, but I didn't hear anything back. I'm assuming I have to be one of these sexy blonde YouTubers with big boobs and lots of subscribers. But I might try them again. You never know. Considering I have done a couple of videos basically advertising them, they should let me work with them. Yes, because I got my tickets using... yes, your Avios points. Oh, yes, of course, you're going from Cape Town, aren't you? Yes, Cape Town to LAX. That's ridiculous. 240 euros. Via Heathrow. That's bonkers. Yes. Okay. Has anyone got anything else they want to talk about? Because I'm pretty much done. Thank you, Cynthia, for the super chat, by the way. And thank you, Hector, if you're going to join Patreon. It would be great if lots of other people could join Patreon as well. You'll get videos a day early, maybe even 2 days. And I'll add you on Facebook and you can see my ridiculous memes, usually with cats in. Yes. Has anyone got any travel-related questions or anything to do with Cuba, Colombia, Mexico? What I said about videos as well, you know, things about changing things. Yes. One of the old 747s. Yes, it's a shame they're going. They're gradually disappearing from history. Yes, I do watch a lot of aviation YouTube channels, by the way. What a saddo. Yes. Okay, I'll give it a couple more minutes, see if anyone else has anything to say. Awesome. Ivan, how's Canada going? I did tell everyone earlier to check out your channel and your videos. By the way, I'm just seeing if I didn't miss anything. Yes. So okay, Matthew. All the questions are coming now. Which aviation channels do you watch? I'll probably have to look on my phone and I'll send you a message on Instagram. There's one guy. He's from Bradford. I think he sounds like he's from Bradford. He's quite new, but he does really good videos. I like them. You might know who I'm talking about. I don't remember the name. Antonio, looking forward to your new videos about Mexico. Hasta luego. Yes, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to going back there. I might even go back early if I can persuade Wingo to change my flight, but we'll see. Yeah, I've got to do a lot of research this week about Medellin and all that, but to be honest, I don't think there's enough to keep me occupied. Yeah, so CDMX is coming. And tell all your friends I haven't left Mexico forever. Don't unsubscribe because I'm coming back. Don't panic. Animals. How long does it take to get a Cuba visa? About 3 minutes for me, anyway. I think for if you're an American citizen, firstly it's more expensive, and As far as I know, you normally have to apply for it when you're in America. But I did speak to someone in Cuba that got it at the airport. So with me, I got it at the airport. It cost 25 US dollars or 550 Mexican pesos because I flew from Cancun. And it's in order to get a tourist card. And when I looked on the UK website about going to Cuba, it didn't say anything about this. I only found out about it from a Facebook group. So basically, you go to check in, some guy, random guy, will come up to you saying, "You're going to Havana?" Yes, and we'll sell you the visa there. Just watch out, because this happened to me, that he writes your details correctly on the thing. Because when I got to check in, it turns out he'd either written the wrong date or something, or one wrong number, and I had to go back to him. Luckily, he'd written it in pencil. If he hadn't written it in pencil, they were going to make me buy another one. Stupid. So I just got him to rub it out. Just standing there with a queue of people. The things you have to do to save money. But yeah, it just spent a couple of minutes. Took a couple of minutes, basically. Canada is bloody awesome. Soon to be on the road trip. So where are you going on the road trip? Are you going northeast, southwest to the Rockies? That was my first ever solo travel trip. Calgary, Banff, Lake Louise, Jasper. And I wasn't intending on going to Vancouver, but I ended up going there because I'm an X-Files fan, as Gemma will tell you. She was here at the beginning, which is where X-Files used to be filmed. And I went to Dana Scully's house. I went to all sorts of obscure X-Files filming locations. Yes, ones I watch regularly are Non-Stop Dan. Oh, okay, Simply Aviation. I think I know that one. Yeah, I'll send you it after, once I've had a cigarette. Cuba visa, was it a visa on arrival, ordeal, or pre-arranged? So you get it at check-in before you leave for your flight to Cuba. It is a bit weird because I was told that you actually pay for it at check-in at the desk, but it's some guy that comes up to you. Might seem a bit dodgy, but it worked. It was fine. And another thing about leaving Mexico as well, which I was really confused with, is that you don't go through immigration when you leave Mexico if you're flying internationally, which is so weird. When you get into Mexico, you get the tourist card thing, which you have to keep, which I did. Basically, this acts as your stamp to leave the country. So you don't. So I was at the international terminal, and I checked in, went through security, and I was at the gate. I didn't have to go through immigration to be stamped out the country. And basically, when they attach it to your boarding pass, and when you board the plane, they take it off you then. So I have no thing in my passport to prove that I left Mexico. I could still be there for all I know. Yeah, so Cuba visa, it sounds like it's an ordeal, but actually it's very simple. It's different so if you're either American or if you're coming from America, regardless of your nationality, then I think it's different. I heard someone paying like $100 for their Cuba visa. I paid 25. Harwin, can you swim in the beaches of UK? Yes, if you want to get hit on the head with a shopping trolley or get stabbed by a heroin syringe, yes. No, some are okay. I've never done it myself. So places like in Dorset, Devon, even Brighton, they're okay, but I wouldn't. You're more likely to catch like a disease, like Ebola. Awesome. Curbside travel. He lived in Bournemouth, so he can probably tell you about that. 3,500 kilometers from Ottawa to Vancouver. I stayed in the red light district in Vancouver by accident, and I always remember I forgot to collect my key deposit from that hostel there, so get my $10 back, whatever it was, when you're there. Have I ever been to Bucharest? That's Romania, right? It is Romania. I've been eyeing it up lately for a weekend in October. No, so one of my English students has actually gone there today. She's from Hungary, but she's gone to Bucharest. I think a lot of people don't realise that Romania is, it's not just illegal immigrants coming to England. It's scenery, landscapes, mountains, that sort of thing. So I would like to go there. I've got Office No Thanks, another YouTube channel. One of them is from Romania. Has recommended it a lot. They're the ones that live in Prague, by the way, animals that I was talking about. And I'm going to see them at Christmas, and it'll be 2 years since I saw them last in Malaysia. Yes. Have I been to Ireland? No. Which everyone is always shocked by and surprised by because it's so close to England. I've been to Wales. I haven't been to Scotland. Haven't been to Ireland, northern or regular. Largely, but one reason is because I grew up with a lot of people that had Irish family and Irish ancestors, and I was just sick of them. I couldn't understand what they were saying half the time. I used to go out with someone. His dad had a really thick Irish accent, and I didn't have a clue what he was saying. Yes, but do I want to go to Ireland? No, not really. What's in Ireland to that's attractive? I don't drink Guinness. Kind of like the new system for Israeli entry stamps, which are now just stickers that they remove from your passport when you leave. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, tainted by the Israeli stamp. Yeah, I've heard about that. Similar with, I think, Azerbaijan and Armenia. It's not the same system, but I've heard that if you enter one country, they potentially might not let you in the other one. I can't remember. The Mex stamp thing, yes. Ireland is so awesome. Really? I've never known anywhere in Ireland that I've ever wanted to go to. Sorry, Irish. Oh, God. Yes, you would think the UK being surrounded by ocean, it would be like Mexico or Hawaii, but it's not. It's not. Absolutely right. If you think of the River Thames, a lot of the sea is like that, just grey and dirty and filled with rubbish and probably dead bodies. Hopefully not. I'm not putting anyone off London, by the way. Hopefully. Oh, God. I stayed in Dunlogare in Ireland. Beautiful. Lovely. Galway, Portmanock. Okay. I'm yet to be convinced. Maybe you can go to Ireland to do some videos there and maybe convince me. I don't know. It just seems very green. And also, if I go to somewhere in the UK or somewhere in the UK, it doesn't feel like I've gone anywhere. It just feels like I've driven down the road. So it doesn't feel like I'm travelling or I'm on a trip or something. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go in a minute. I think I've talked about everything. So I'm taking a bit of a break. I might do a video this week about like first impressions of Medellin or something, but I'm not sure. If I see the views drop down anymore, then I'll probably do some videos. But I don't know. I need to do some research. I've got like 5 lessons tomorrow, 6 on Tuesday. It's non-stop this week. And like I said about the influencer marketing, I need to get on that. So it's very busy. I'm done for the day now. It's like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I think. I'm going to chill. I might get a pizza. What do you think? Actually, there's something else I want to mention. Okay, 1 second. Well, to see what he said. And Ireland is the home and hub. Yeah, Ryanair. Okay, but I don't fly with Ryanair. I don't fly with EasyJet either. Although I do fly with Spirit Airlines apparently. Cynthia, what do you think of Spirit? Quite possibly the worst airline experience I've ever had. Yeah, the other thing I'm thinking of doing, and this is a total secret, is starting a second channel. What? But this is purely English teacher related, so it's nothing to do with travel. And this is from someone, I've thought about it a lot in the past. It is quite saturated. But a couple of English students have said, why don't I do that? Might be a good idea. You never know. I might just do a couple of videos and see what happens. What's awful? Oh, Spirit. But realistically, if I'm going to do that, I'll probably start that in when I'm in Germany, when I've got a place and I can get like a studio light and stuff like that. Because, yeah, that's just a possible for the future. Ideally, I would like to stop doing italki at some point when I can earn that amount from something else that requires less effort. Typical digital nomad life. yeah, so that's a possibility. Lots of things happening, lots of things to think about. I just have to get my head down. Yeah, so thanks for joining, everyone. This is the longest live stream ever. 1 hour, 19 minutes and 55 seconds. Yes, TEFL channel. So to any of you watching this that are non-native speakers, I'm talking about English, would it be a benefit to you to for me to do an English channel? Work smart, not hard, dude. Yes, it won't be hard. Don't worry. It will literally maybe like be one video a week. And when you think about it, it's just me standing there with a camera. It's not like a ridiculous video that takes all day to edit. But yeah, exactly. Passive income. Earn money through doing nothing rather than putting in any effort. Pretty much. So that's why I want to do like these, what do you call it? Influencer marketing, which I'm probably going to do some of tonight. I'm going to research some companies and email some people and see what happens. But yeah, the first one will be coming next month. The Japanese subscription box from Ramen something. I can't remember the name of it. I'll check my email. Yeah, and I'm gone. I'm gone. Have a good evening, everyone. If you're on this time zone. Good night, animals. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Don't forget to check my Instagram because there's daily updates on there normally. If you haven't checked my Instagram, and that's it. I'm going to stop rambling now and have a fag, which is a cigarette, by the way, if you thought I meant something else. Lovely. Catch you later.